Welcome back, guys, to Retro Smash TV. My name is Chris. Thank you very much for joining me today. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how I build video game collections and how easy it can be. So if you are seeing this video for the very first time or you're a new subscriber, this video is directly for you. So the way I do things is I look for underpriced video games or electronics, whether that be at a car boot sale, on Facebook Marketplace, eBay or Vinted, or in the charity shops. I'm always on the lookout for things that I can flip on or I can trade into CEX. In today's video, it's all about trading. So the way I do it is I will find a selection of video games that have got a higher value trading than what I've initially paid for it, so that I can make my money go a bit further. So in today's episode, I'm going to build up a little bit of a fund, and then we're going to go to CEX and we're going to trade it in, and we're going to see how much we're going to get at the end of it. So I've got 2 days to do this. How much I'm going to get is anybody's guess. So I'm literally doing this. It's not been planned. I'm just going to go with the flow. So we're going to do a bit of charity shops, probably have a little scout around Facebook Marketplace, head to CEX, trade in everything on a very small budget. So let's talk about the budget. So I've recently made a couple of sales. I'm on my way now to drop off one of the sales, and I made a sale last week as well. So my budget for this weekend is £40, okay? So if you think about it, £40 is normally the price of a brand new game, whether that's a PlayStation 4, PS5, Nintendo Switch. That's kind of like the average for a decent titled game. So £40, so that'll get me one game. How far can I stretch that £40? We're going to find out, guys. And if you are enjoying this, make sure you hit that thumbs up, because I ran a little health check on my channel, and although the channel is doing great for views, the subscriber count and everything, the likes is what is not doing it for this channel. So I need you, if you love Retro Smash TV, you need to hit that thumbs up. Do it now for me, please. I need that thumbs up from you guys so we can boost the health of the channel, reach more people, and we can provide better content. So if you are new and you're seeing this for the first time, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. We do new videos every Monday at 6 p.m. and Thursdays at 6 p.m. So guys, make this your home for video game hunting, video game collecting, trading, or whatever you like about this channel. So let's get the tunes going. Let's get the dad vibes going. Let's keep on rolling, baby. Spent £1 of my £40 budget already, and I picked up this DVD. Trades in for £4, so that's £3 that we've made just from £1. So we've tripled our money. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Retro Smash TV. Let's go and see if we can find some more charity shops to go and rummage through. Let's go. So that's all the charity shops just done to death now. I think I've raided them recently and I've not managed to find anything further apart from a DVD which trades in for £5 and I have paid £2, and it is Paul McCartney, the McCartney years. I don't know anything about it. I caught British Heart Foundation slipping, so happy days. So the next stop is to check Facebook Marketplace to see if I can find any bundles, any games, send out loads of messages and just wait now. It's just a waiting game. So let me get onto Facebook Marketplace. Let's send out some messages and let's see if we can pick up anything further because we want to build this voucher up. So just when it looked like all hope was lost and that I was just going to be walking away with 2 DVDs that I found at a charity shop for a measly £5 voucher, Facebook Marketplace comes through. I did see a lot of listings and I sent out a lot of messages, some Xbox 360 consoles, 2 Nintendo Wii consoles, but I've settled on one thing, and it is a PlayStation 4 bundle. It's literally 20 minutes up the road. I'm going to head there now, check it out. I've managed to get a really good, fantastic deal on this. But what's actually drawn me to it is a couple of games in particular that's in this bundle that I'm probably going to keep. But if I don't, they've got some really good trading value. So let's hit the road. Let's put the tunes on. Let's get the dad vibes going. Let's go. We have now arrived at the car park, so I'm off to CEX now. Let me show you the fruits of the labour of this weekend's game hunting and how we have managed to build up a CEX voucher. So what we've done is we've looked in the charity shops. Now, the charity shops were a bit barren. There wasn't any video games in there that had any trading value, although we did see some. It was really nice to see all those Nintendo Wii games in the British Heart Foundation. Unfortunately, they were a £5 each, which for some of them were good. That was good value, but not for me, somebody who wants to pick up, flip on and trade. No, so I left them behind. So we are walking away with a small little haul that we're going to take to CEX for trading. I wonder how much we're going to get. I Married a Witch DVD. When I'm in the charity shops, I look for obscure DVDs, stuff that sticks out that I've never heard of. It's not regular, and I always scan it using the CEX app. That I paid £1, and I'm going to get a couple of quid back on a CEX voucher. This one here, as you can see, cost me £2. It is the McCartney years, I think. Yeah, the McCartney years. I paid £2. This trades in for a £5, so that's a £3 voucher there. So I say it all the time, but these little pounds, they do add up. Now, if it wasn't for this Facebook Marketplace pickup that I've picked up, the weekend would have been a bit of a blowout, a washout. So let me show you what I have picked up. I picked up a PlayStation 4 bundle. I picked up Battlefield. That's got a £4 voucher. Picked up The Last of Us remastered on the PlayStation 4. The Last of Us Part 2. Uncharted 4. A Thief's End. Uncharted The Lost Legacy. Uncharted The Nathan Drake Collection. Far Cry 5. And Jurassic Park Evolution. So, I have no interest in the majority of those games. The only games that I am interested in is The Last of Us 1 and Part 2. So, I am going to probably be keeping hold of those. Whilst I was at home, Vinted, I've found an epic deal for Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PlayStation 5. I paid just £10. It's sealed. I'm going to put it in asterisks because it's such a good deal. It's too good to be true. I don't know if it's going to arrive. But what I've done is my copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 I have on the PlayStation 4. I'm going to take that with me and trade it in because I can get £8 on a voucher for that, or they sell it for £12. So the difference in the price and how common that game is, it's going to be very difficult for me to try and sell this on eBay for £10-12. I might as well just take the £8. Something that I've been struggling to sell for such a long time is the Simpsons Road Rage. I'm just going to trade that in. Forget about it. I can get £4 on a voucher. So let's total this up. My original budget for this weekend was £40. Remember, that's how much I was saying the average new game would have cost. £40, give or take. I've spent £30 on that PlayStation 4 bundle, and I spent £3 in the charity shop. So I've spent £33. I'm looking at a return on a voucher of £36. So I'm making £4 profit, £3 or £4 profit. And I'm going to be walking away with 2 games that I'm going to be keeping hold of, if I can find them, which is The Last of Us 1 and 2. If I wanted to buy these in CEX, this would have cost me £34 on its own. So what I'm saying is these are going to be free. And that's how we do it on Retro Smash TV. I am always trolled in the comments, but it's not free, is it? It's not free. How's it free? How's it free? Well, I've just shown you how easy it is to make games free for you and how you can collect on a budget. I'm not somebody who goes out and blows hundreds and hundreds of pounds on video games because I can't afford it. Simple fact is I cannot afford that. By doing it this way, I have taken my £40 budget, which was done through flipping. So that's just pure kind of profit that I've made from flipping. I've bought a couple of DVDs at the charity shop and I've picked up a PlayStation 4 bundle. I'm basically getting my money back on a voucher, which I'm going to be spending anyway, let's face it. And I'm walking away with 2 amazing must-have games for my PlayStation 5. So let's head to CEX. Let's trade all this loot in. Let's see how much we're actually going to get. I also need to pick up the Xbox 360 controller and headset that failed last weekend from CEX. I'm just going to chuck that on for spares and repairs. The headset, I'll test out. If it's broken, then I'll just bin it. I got a refund from Vinted in the end on that. So let's go to CEX. Let's go. Alright, partners, you know what time it is. Flat white time. We're in Craig's. We are getting a flat white. This no game hunt or CEX trip is the same without that flat white. So that brings the end to the CEX, and we're walking away with £48 on a voucher for just a spend of £33. That's how we do it, guys. Please watch and learn. If you're like me and you like collecting video games on a budget, this is how we do it. Every single weekend, this is how we do it. So I've kept hold of The Last of Us 1 and The Last of Us 2. I've replaced my Grand Theft Auto 5 PS4 version for a PS5 version. I'm happy. I've had a good weekend. Now let's carry on with the rest of our weekend. So I'm now back home, and you learn something every day. Even when I thought I knew a lot, you learn something every day. So I picked up the items that I tried to trade in last week that got rejected. This controller that Retro Shiznik gave to me, unfortunately, wouldn't turn on. It might well be the battery, so we'll test that out if I can find a battery for it, or I'll pass it back on to Chris the next time I see him. But what I've learned the most is these Turtle Beach headset that I tried to trade in last week. If you remember, I bought these off of Vinted. It cost me £6. I tried to trade it into CEX, but they rejected it to say that the sound sounded like you was 20 metres away. It wasn't working. So I then messaged the person on Vinted to say, unfortunately, they're faulty. They refunded me back the money, and I picked these back up. Well, just out of sheer curiosity, instead of putting them in the bin, I plugged them into my PlayStation 5 just to see what they were talking about. And I plugged them in, and they were working fine. I thought, bit strange. I then moved the PlayStation controller, and it started going a bit fuzzy. So I took the jack out, and I plugged it back in, and it was very quiet. Took it out, put it back in, returned back to normal. So I thought, oh, what's going on there? I then thought, right, let's just wiggle it around a little bit, see what happens. And it was making some fuzzy noises. So then I just decided just to give the jack a little clean over, stuck it in, plugged it in, no issues whatsoever. So I think that these are not faulty. The jack was just a bit dirty. So it might have had a bit of dust on, which was interfering with the connector inside the controller, resulting in poor sound. I've been using it. I used it for about 10 minutes and it seems okay. So what I'll do is I continue to try these out throughout the week. And if there's no issues at all, I'm going to be trading those in, because that's an £18 voucher right there. So I hope you've learned something from this episode. Like I said at the very beginning, this is for people who are trying to collect or build video games on a budget. It can be really easy. I just got lucky with that Facebook Marketplace pickup. Like I said at the beginning, if it wasn't for that, then I would have just literally ended up with a £5. And for all that effort, is it worth it? Probably not. But this is a hobby for me. I love doing it. I'm going to be doing it regardless. I get just as much buzz as finding a pound than I do £50. So that's why I do this. That's why I set up this channel, just to video my experience, how I build stuff up. And it's for me just to keep a visual diary, I guess. I'll continue to do it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it too. If you learn a thing or two along the way, that is brilliant. That's what I'm here for. I love when I hear from people who say, I bought this and then I traded it in because I watched your video, or I'm going to start doing X, Y, and Z, or I've been to my first car boot sale and I loved it, and just like stuff like that. So they're the good days. You've seen me plenty of times not have good days, and I live in an area where there's not really a lot of choice. You do have to work very, very hard just to get what you want to get, but that makes it even more sweeter for me. I know I have to work hard, so it's worth it afterwards. So we walked away with a £48 voucher. We were left with 2 games, which basically were pretty much free of charge. Fantastic discs. we got back our Turtle Beach headset, which is going to be traded in for another day, so that'll be next weekend. We've got a current CEX voucher pot of, I think I worked it out to about £184, give or take. If I've worked it out correctly, I think it was £184 that we've got. Now, I'm going to be going away in the next couple of months, and I want to get a handheld to take away with me. I don't want to take my Nintendo Switch just because I don't want to damage it. I don't want it to get stolen. I don't want to leave anything behind because it's got a lot of stuff on there throughout the years of playing, etc. So I don't want to take my Nintendo Switch. So the idea is I'm either going to get myself a replacement PSP, because I sold my one, which I wasn't very happy with, spares and repairs a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to be looking at getting a white PSP. And also I sold my Game Boy Advance SP just because I just didn't like the design of it with the tribal on it. And I do have my eyes on the Game Boy Advance, the NES version. I do want that, but I also just like the bog standard ones. So I might, in the next couple of weeks or near future, order myself one of those. It might be a CEX roulette, but I don't have much luck with that. There was a Game Boy Advance in my CEX in Harlow, a black Game Boy Advance. It looked okay. I in hindsight now, thinking about it now, I should have asked to look at it because I haven't seen it in there before. So if it's in there next weekend, what I'll do is I'll ask to have a look at it, and if it looks okay, then I'll probably buy that, and then we'll start collecting some Nintendo cardboard, I guess, because you guys know I don't like loose carts. I like boxed with manual, and I'm a huge Mario fan. My favourite game of all time is Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES. You can get the ported version on the Game Boy Advance. That'll sort me for my holiday. Okay, I've got a 4-hour flight on the plane, just for like sitting around, waiting around. I could just be playing that. So yeah, that is the plan, guys. So if you've enjoyed this, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up. If you are new and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We will have a new video out on Thursday, and then we'll be repeating what we've done today again this weekend. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get out to my first car boot sale of the year. I really miss it. I love being in and amongst it. So we might be able to do that. But yeah, guys, that's been this weekend. It doesn't take much. You can get some really fantastic results from very little effort. It took me a couple of messages on Facebook Marketplace, a trip down to my local high street where I was going anyway, a trip to CEX where I go anyway, because all of this has to be convenient for me. So just to put it into perspective, when I go and do the charity shops, it's because I have to go to a supermarket, and I pop in the supermarket, do my shopping, and I do the local charity shops, then I go home. When I go to CEX, and the reason why I go to the one in Harlow, which is not even my local, is because I do my big food shopping on a Sunday in the supermarket, and there's a CEX right next door. So what I do is I go to CEX, I take everything in there for testing, I then come out of CEX, I go and do my weekly food shop, put it in my car, walk back up to CEX, pick up my voucher. That's all I do. I don't go out of my way to go, right, I need to go here, and I'm already there. So it has to be convenient. When I'm on Facebook Marketplace, if I'm going to an area that's outside of my local area, I change the settings, I look to see if there's anything in that particular area where I'm going nearby that I can just quickly pop in and pick up. It has to be convenient. So guys, if you've enjoyed this, you know what to do. I've been Chris. This is Retro Smash TV, and I will see you in another one. Take care, guys.